Hello and welcome to my weekday devotional for Friday, the 20th of October. And as we continue looking at Galatians chapter 5 and verse 22, we will read from Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 2. Be humble and gentle. Be patient with each other, making allowances for each other's faults because of your love. We continue to look at God's controlled patience, and we turn to the Maccabean times. Although not in the scriptures, they are records of the Jews in Maccabean times, and that's around about 170 BC, of how they patiently endured the persecution of the Greeks. Antiochus tried to extinguish the Jewish faith. He tried to replace it with Greek culture. He attacked Jerusalem and killed 80,000 Jews and sold some 10,000 into slavery. He raided the temple and took many of the religious items. It was a terrible sacrilege, and also committed by him in the temple when he sacrificed swine's flesh to the Greek god Zeus. He also turned the temple chambers into brothels. Circumcision was forbidden, and it was illegal to own a copy of the scriptures. He also tried to compel Jews to eat unclean meat. Many were whipped with rods, others had their bodies torn in pieces, and others crucified. Now much of this is referred to in Hebrews chapter 11. This was a period in history when many Jews displayed the fruit of patient long suffering. During history, patient endurance has been displayed by many followers of Jesus as they have suffered greatly for his sake. Patient endurance is necessary for us all in order to follow Jesus and take up our cross to follow him. For further encouragement in being patient, the following scriptures will be a blessing. There's Romans chapter 2 and verse 4, chapter 9 and verse 22. There's Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 6, Colossians 1 and verse 11, and also chapter 3 and verse 12. There's 1 Timothy 1:16 and 2 Timothy 3:10 and 2 Timothy 4 chapter 2. There's Hebrews chapter 6 and verse 12 and James chapter 5 and verse 10. And also there is 1 Peter 5 verses 3, that's 1 Peter 5:19 to 22. And finally we see 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 15, where we read this: let us remember, the Lord is waiting so that people have time to be saved. And this is just as our brother Paul wrote to you with the wisdom God gave him. Praise God for his enduring patience with all of us.